the venue for the meeting over the issue.
It does not even matter if all the 10 aspirants had signed that they wanted it to be held at one venue. Still, National Council would have still gone ahead to take its own decision.
We'll get more from the party leadership and also engage political experts shortly. Also this afternoon, ranking member of the Defense and Interior Committee of Parliament, James Agalga, calls for a holistic investigation to cover all the persons captured in the leaked tape purporting to oust the Inspector General of Police, Dr. George Kufu-Dampare. On security matters, still one person killed and several others injured after a gun attack on a Boku-bound commercial bus near Walewale in the northeast region. Details as police launch manhunts for the perpetrators. And much later, we'll tell you what we know about the details, which is fast becoming a hot social media topic. $1 million stolen from the home of Sanitation Minister Cecilia Penat-Dapa. Stay with us. A pleasure that you could be a part of this afternoon's bulletin. It's streaming live on Facebook. Our handles 3FM927. Same handles on Twitter. I am Eric Mawuena Egbeta. Let's settle for the details. And we're beginning on the front of politics, where the Super Delegates Conference of the governing New Patriotic Party will be a decentralized one come August 26th. That's the decision of the National Council of the Elephant Party following a marathon meeting yesterday. Ahead of that meeting, all aspirants, but for the Vice President, Dr. Baumia, had raised concerns about the plan to decentralize the process, demanding that the party hold the event at a central location. After more than hours of meeting, the council decided to go ahead with the process in conformity with existing practices. Evelyn Tingma was at the meeting and reports.
The National Executive Committee, NEC, first held its meeting, after which the highest body, the National Council, also held its meeting. 8 of the flag-bearer aspirants were present in all the meetings. After over 4 hours, the National Council took the decision to decentralize the Superdelegates Conference.
The National Council, by majority decision, decided that the Special Delegates College should be held at the various regions, in line with what happened in 2014. It's not the aspirant who will determine venue for election. It's the National Council that determines. Yes, you can make a request, but the request can be accepted or rejected. But at the end of the day, even the petitioners, those who support and those who are against, were all happy that the process was fair. Then again, also, National Council constitute a committee, elections committee, to supervise the presidential primaries, which is chaired by Professor Michael Kwe.
In 2014, we did it in the 10 regions plus the National Party office to make it 11. So we are standing by the status quo. Nothing has been broken, so nothing needs to be fixed. The petitioners were there. They moved the petition, they made their case, and will refer to relevant portions of the Constitution.
The Council also resolved to use a photo album.
The National Council also made it clear to the aspirant that the album verification is an internal exercise by the party. It's not because one is contesting for presidential primaries. That's why we are doing the verification. It's also to make sure that as a party we have a credible voter or album register for even the presidential primary and the parliamentary primaries. And once this exercise is done, the copy will be made available to the aspirants for their perusal, and will also be given to them within a very reasonable time, at least a month to the election.
So, going to be a picture-to-picture or just the names?
You have pictures. Every person who is entitled to vote will have his or her picture in the album, and that is what will be given to the aspirants.
Delegates at the Super Delegates Conference on August 26 are to elect only 5 people out of the 10 aspirants vying for the flag bearership.
The argument is select 5, shortlist 5, and they are saying that in the selection process, you are supposed, each person voting is supposed to vote for 5 people. So by the end of the day, everybody is voting 5. But that's what the Constitution says, that one man, one vote.
Yeah. You are satisfied with that?
Absolutely.
After the meeting, the flag-bearer hopefuls present, majority of whom kicked against the decentralization of the election, seemed to have accepted the council's decision.
That's a report of my colleague Evelyn Tingma on the outcome of the meeting, and we'll be getting reactions for you if you stay with us here on 3FM 92.7. But still on the outcome of that meeting, and we'll get into the details shortly for you here on 3FM 92.7. We'll get further details for you here if you stay with us. But that's the decision of the party. The expectation is that by close of week, which is today, there should be a decision finally on the individuals who make up the special delegates who are expected to trim down the number from the 10 that we're seeing now to 5. And then they will go on to November 4th, where the primaries proper of the governing New Patriotic Party will take place. This is 3FM 92.7. We're watching the space keenly, and we'll get on the telephone line as well and speak to Dr. Mwakuba, who is a political analyst and a leading member of the governing New Patriotic Party. Dr. Mwakuba, who's joined us on the telephone line for a conversation as well on this. Many thanks, Doc, for speaking to us this afternoon. So there was a petition. There were concerns from 9 of the individuals who are contesting to become flag bearer of the party, and the concern was that people or the delegates will be unduly influenced in the current scheme of things, hence the call for a centralized conference. Is this decision by the council one that helps the entire process in your view?
Hello. Well, yes. The whole position of the council is not tenable. If you are saying that you are going strictly by so-called democracy or democratic principles, sometimes the numbers alone is not enough because it makes no sense. Before you use majority decision, it means you have considered the possibilities and come out with the most possible or most advantageous position. But you are deadlocked as to whether to turn left or right. Then you can do that. You haven't done that yet. Let's vote. Is that how you do it? No. So this idea that the majority said we should do this, that makes no sense to me. It means that the system we are using, we are not using it properly. It's not everything that you use majority decision. Those people, the contestants, who has more stake in this decision than them? They are the ones who have paid the money. They are the ones who are going to spend money to campaign. One of them is going to win. And so what they say is more important than what the delegates say. Without them, we don't need delegates to do anything. That's the point. And so don't come and tell me we just voted. First of all, there are two choices, centralized or decentralized. Go through it, through reasoning. Which one is better in terms of cost, convenience, transparency? That's what you do. You haven't done any of that. You say, majority say, let's vote in the bush. Is that acceptable? This is laughable and very sad that the leaders who are supposed to know better will come out with such a decision because it makes no sense. First, if you centralize it, it's cheaper for the contestants, for the party, for the state, perhaps.
The argument from the General Secretary of the party is that there was no need for anything to change because there's precedents. They did it in 2014. And yes, you've made the argument against a majority decision, but this was subjected to a vote of the council where everybody will have a say.
That's what I'm saying. Just because everybody has a say does not mean it makes sense. That's the point. If it's cheaper for the contestant, more transparent. Look, there's a lot of suspicion going on. So now, the candidate, is he supposed to be in his hometown, in Accra, in Kumasi or Boliga? Which one? He's already suspicious that some people in those ranks don't like him. And so when you put him where he himself is there, his people are there, better supervised. When he loses, there's no argument. That's it. But when he's already suspicious and you hold it so many places, you just wait what is going to happen. I can surmise that I don't think the people who are in charge take this too seriously because, after all, it's not the main event. It's just to eliminate some people from the ranks of the contestants.
Just briefly.
So I don't think.
Just briefly.
I don't think. Go ahead. Sorry.
Just briefly on the contest itself, there's an argument that's made by and large that even the decision not to centralize could be employed to remove candidates who stand a better chance of winning at this special delegate conference. It's one of the arguments that has come up after the decision yesterday.
Would you say that again?
So there's the argument that some of the very preferred candidates who can offer some of the individuals who've been described as preferred candidates or the candidates of the establishment a better chance through this means not to have it centralized could be eliminated through the decentralized process.
Well, that's very possible. At the same time, it's possible to eliminate those who are not the favorite of the leaders. You understand? I'm thinking especially about someone like Kennedy Japon. He is not the darling of the establishment. But if that's the one the people want, why not? But when you do it centralized, everybody sees it's transparent. How am I going to see what happened in Bolga and Sunyani all over the place? How am I going to know that? And so that alone tells you there's too much suspicion. Don't add to it. Do it centralized. It's cheaper. Everybody is there. Right? Well, let's see. I don't think they take it very serious because this is just elimination. Right? And most likely, those big guys, the ones who are presumed favorites, will sail through. And so they didn't argue too forcefully because they think it's not about them. But if you look at the whole thing, it is not good how they made it. The person has paid money. Of course, some people, they are not very serious in winning. They just want to introduce themselves to the public. Fine. But that amount of money he paid must give him something. If you do, look, 9 versus 1. Those who the contestants. They are the main stakeholders, not the delegates. We live in Ghana here. We know delegates elections are mostly about how much money you can pay. That's it. I've said it several times. The highest bidder wins. That's it. Last election you saw it. This is why the MPP was late in organizing the elections, because they were haggling about how much they would take. There is no secret here. We know it. Why we behave and say, this is something new to us.
Doc,
we know what goes on.
I appreciate that you could speak to us this afternoon.
Thank you.
That's Dr. Makoba, is a political scientist and a leading member of the governing New Patriotic Party. We're moving away from this to security now, where the ranking member on the Defense and Interior Committee of Parliament and MP for Bolton North, James Agaga, is calling for a holistic investigation to cover all the persons whose voices were captured in the leaked tape purporting to call for the ousting of the IGP. Reacting to comment in a recent interview by the former Northern Regional Chair of the NPP, Bugri Nabu, the MP for Busa North, says the comment have made the work of the yet-to-be-constituted 7-member committee to investigate the leaked tape easier.
But I think Bugri Nabu has made the work of the Speakers Committee relatively easier. But having said that, it's very crucial for us to appreciate the fact that the NIB has intervened. You would understand that the scope of investigations of the NIB is holistic. According to Buri Nabu, what they have done so far is to arrest his employees. I hope that is just the beginning and that they're going to extend the scope of the investigation to cover the police officers who were so involved in audio, because in fact most of the damning statements were actually made by the police officer, in that leaked audio. So I would expect that a holistic investigation is made. The NIB probably would preempt whatever recommendations the committee would make. If the committee, for instance, recommend that some criminal probe be commenced with a view to having the suspects charged, and of course, NIB has already started something. If at the conclusion of their investigations, the police officers implicated in audio are not also interrogated, arrested, and interrogated a manner that is similar to how employees were picked up and are currently being held, and of course would have reason to think that the NIB is not conducting an impartial and credible investigation.
That's the ranking on the Defense and Interior Committee, James Agaga, was staying on security matters because one person has died and 7 others in critical condition after a group of gunmen shot at a Kumasi Boko-bound bus. The incident occurred this dawn at the outskirts of Walewale in the northeast region and comes 3 days after a similar attack on the Tamale Boko-Pomakum highway in the upper east region. The Friday dawn attack, according to the police, is believed to be in connection with the ongoing chieftaincy-related conflict within the enclave. In the statement, the police said an intelligence operation is currently ongoing to get the perpetrators. Christopher Marco is a man there. Let's get details for him. Chris, what more do we know about this attack?
Yes, so Mawuena, currently as we speak, the police in Walwali and the Northeast Regional Police Command has mounted a manhunt for these persons believed to have been perpetrators of this crime. Police patrols on the Walwali Boga highway as we speak has been intensified.
The police say they are on a manhunt for the 3 suspects, but in terms of what it is that has been the narrative from around the town, what are residents around the area saying?
Okay, so Mawuena, this is not the first time this sort of attack has happened within that area. For the residents between Walwali and Boga, the security situation is not as from Tamale to Walwali. If you are flying the road from Tamale to Walwali, you meet several police posts around the enclave. But the moment you go outside Walwali, you don't see the police posts as you see from the other side. So this has come as a cause of worry for residents because this is not the first time. 3 days ago, a similar incident happened. That was Tuesday on the 18th. Right. A similar incident happened. So for residents, police in the area should rather be focused on improving security and patrolling the road to ensure that no attacks of that sort happens on that road, because several lives have been lost in the past as a result of similar attacks. But Mawuena, as we speak, the bus that was attacked when it was sent to the Walwali police station, we are told that it has been allegedly burnt by some residents.
Right. Chris, I appreciate that you could provide the details there for us. Christopher Marco is my colleague in the northern part of the country. You're listening to the news here on 3FM 92.7. Our top stories this afternoon: the NPP going ahead with the decentralized special delegate conference despite resistance from some of the aspirants. We've been hearing from them and political analyst Dr. Marco Batu. A story that has piqued a lot of interest in the last few hours, particularly on social media. And 2 house helps are in court over alleged theft of $1 million and £300,000 from the bedroom of Sanitation Minister Cecilia Abenadapa. They also stole personal items, including assorted clothes valued at 95,000 cedis, handbags, perfumes, and jewelries valued at $95,000. Godwin Asidiba is my colleague. Has been looking at the story and a lot of the conversations surrounding it. Godwin, break it down for us as to exactly what's happening.
Mawuena, just like you rightly indicated, social media has gone agog regarding this particular incident that had actually happened, with a lot of people questioning why such an amount of money would have been kept in her bedroom. Now, this is the story. The said monies were allegedly stolen from the couple's room in their house at Abelempe, a suburb of Accra in the Greater Accra region. 18-year-old Patience Boche and 30-year-old Sarah Ajay allegedly stole the monies and personal effects of the couple between the months of July and October 2022. The first accused, A1, which is Patience, also has her current and former boyfriends as well as her father all being dragged before court for the same issue. Now, Patience and Sarah, A2, are charged with 1 count of conspiracy to commit a crime and 5 counts of stealing $1 million and 300,000 euros and millions of Ghana cedis. Within the same period, Patience and Sarah allegedly stole personal effects of Madame Cecilia Abnadapa, which included assorted clothes valued 95,000 Ghana cedis, handbags and perfumes. The rest are jewelries valued about 95,000 US dollars from Cecilia Abnadapa's bedroom. However, Patience alone within the same period stole 6 pieces of kente cloth worth 90,000 Ghana cedis and 6 sets of men's suits valued 3,000 US dollars, which are properties of the minister's husband. Now, Benjamin A3, 29 years old, a plumber, has been charged for dishonestly receiving 180,000 Ghana cedis, and Kweku Boche, 65 years, a trader, also dishonestly receiving 50,000 Ghana cedis, and Malik Dauda, A5, 23, an unemployed, dishonestly receiving 1 million Ghana cedis. So the monies mentioned are all properties of Cecilia Abnadapa, just like we've all heard in the news, and her husband, stolen from their bedroom, and all the 5 accused persons are arraigned before court at the Accra Circuit Court, presided over by Susanna Ekofo on Thursday, July 20, 2023.
Right, you mentioned quite a number of reactions and how this is a hot topic. The former president, John Mahama, as well, has been reacting to this. You have a copy of it as well. Walk us through exactly what Mr. Mahama has been saying.
Well, just like I indicated earlier, that a number of people have been sharing their displeasures regarding this particular issue. We have John Dramani Mahama saying that $1 million plus 300,000 euros and millions of cedis in a Ghanaian minister's home, scandalous, with exclamation marks.
Yeah.
He might be really upset about this, and he said even if genuinely acquired, why keep millions of hard currency at home? Well, the president, Nana Akufo-Addo, ever set a good example for public office holders in his administration? And these are some of the questions that former President John Dramani Mahama has been asking, just like a lot of people have also been asking on social media.
Gordon Asidima, my colleague here at 3FM TV3, providing details there for us as to the statement from the former president and the revelations that's got a lot of tongues wagging on social media. But we're doing education now, where the Ministry of Education is accusing the National Association of Graduate Teachers, NAGRAT, of prejudicing investigations into the interdiction of headmistress of the West African Secondary School. As the headmistress was interdicted by the Ghana Education Service for charging what the service describes as unapproved fees, pending the outcome of investigations into the issue. However, NAGRAT has decried the action, demanding the immediate reinstatement of the headmistress. Angel Kabunu is NAGRAT president.
In the case of West Africa Senior High School, it is parents themselves, through the ingenuity of the president of the PTE, that identify problems in the school and then they decide to levy themselves. The only problem for the investigation that I have carried is that it is the assistant headmaster who gave his Momo number to be the conduit through which the monies are paid. The investigation should rather go into what is the money collected used for. I will advise in the current situation, the head of the school should also stay aloof. Maybe they are not staying aloof enough. We are calling for the reinstatement of the headmistress, West Africa Secondary School.
So that's Angel Kabunu's NAGRAT president by the Education Ministry, says the comment prejudicial. PRO of the ministry, Kwesi Kwati, has been explaining why.
The facts are clear. The leadership of the school actually levies students. Come to think of it, and particularly with what NAGRAT said, I mean, the question is that, is it only worse that have challenges. Why is it that all the close to 900 senior high schools did not also charge same? Especially if you look at the context of the conversation, the monies that were charged for were for teacher motivation. But you will recall that just this year, government has even paid the teacher motivation. Very learned people, they understand what interdiction means. And I am very much aware that, of course, they will not prejudice any process. And they will have they will give the benefit of the doubt for investigation to end.
Akwesi Kwarteng is PRO of the Education Ministry. Peter Nochukoto is ranking on the Education Committee of Parliament. Let's just pick quick thoughts from him. Many thanks, Honorable One. So it does appear that with the free senior high school program, there is quite a challenge, because this is not the first head teacher who has been interdicted in relation to charging unapproved fees. The problem continues to come up every now and then. Where do you stand on this? Headmaster be reinstated? The headmistress, I should say.
Thank you very much, and good afternoon to your listeners. For me, it is rather unfortunate that heads of senior high schools are being made to suffer this way. This is because if you are a government or a ministry and you have a mandate on which to deliver, and you fail to deliver on that mandate, you continue to look for scapegoats to carry your shame or your failure. That is exactly what the Ministry of Education and the Ghana Education Service are doing. You have failed to provide money for the running of the schools. That one, you can't run away from it. If they were providing money,
your call has been put on hold.
Unfortunately, it appears we've lost Mr. Nochukoto on the telephone line. We'll try one more time and get him and provide a bit more details. Pretty unfortunate there. But you're listening to the news here on 3FM 92.7. We're streaming live on Facebook. Our handles 3FM 927. Same handles on Twitter as well, as he's been raising the concerns about how the teachers, the headmasters, are finding themselves in a difficult place as they're not receiving the adequate funding from the government, forcing their hands to go about things the way they do. We're going to end with the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research, the CSIR, which says that its findings into the use of agrochemicals show that there's a huge number of substandard agrochemicals on the market, and the council says these are smuggled products brought into the country. It's a subject that we'll follow up on a lot later for you here on 3FM 92.7. But that's our bulletin for you this afternoon. Let's just walk you through our top stories for this. Steering Committee of the governing New Patriotic Party insists on decentralized special delegate Congress despite resistance from the 9 aspirants. We've been hearing from the party in that report from my colleague Evelyn Tingma, as well as hearing from Dr. Mwakuba, who argues that the position taken is not one that allows for fairness based off on the aspirants who are the main contenders and the reason why all of this is happening. Unfortunately, we couldn't bring you reaction from the camp of some of the individuals, but that's our bulletin for you. A lot more news if you log on to 3news.com. I am Eric Mawuena Egbeta. The business team, they'll come up shortly with the very latest from the world of business.
Let's try Travel to discover the beautiful sights and sounds of Joburg. Tour the most enchanting wineries of Cape Town and attend the biggest wine event in Africa, Wine X, amongst many other incredible experiences. Be a part of this exclusive getaway from the 21st to the 28th of October. Tour package includes visa facilitations, return flights to Accra, round-trip flights to Cape Town and Joburg, hotel accommodation, breakfast and lunch, exclusive tours of the winelands and wine tasting in the Western Cape Province, city tours of Cape Town and Joburg, exclusive access to the Grand Wine X event at Santon Convention Center, guided shopping tours and tourist sites, and B2B networking breakfast sessions. Book your place for the trip of a lifetime. Single occupancy is $2,699. Double occupancy is $2,399. Special rates are available for couples.
Please call 0531 100 927
to be a part of the 3FM Getaway. Let's discover South Africa with 3FM 92.7 and South African Airways from the 21st to the 28th of October 2023. 3FM Getaway is powered by 3FM 92.7 and in partnership with SAA and supported by TV3.
3FM, your urban lifestyle radio.